when you have a fig tree and you're keeping it in a pot, in this case here a garbage bin, every 3 years on average you should consider actually doing a bit of a root pruning. Perhaps for the first, when you first acquire the tree, you can leave it there up to 4 years, but on average every 3, some people will say even 2 years, you should consider a bit of root pruning. So this is what we're going to be doing with this tree here. This tree in particular has never been root pruned for the last 6 years. It still has grown. However, what we're going to do here is to help him a bit by removing 1/3 of the bottom of the root mass and also the parts on the side. Well, why are we doing that? It's because what's going to happen now, it's going to enable it to grow new roots that will be able to absorb more nutrients, because as the tree grows and the roots become larger, their capability to absorb nutrients diminishes. And also on the other part, we want to also add some new soil to it so it can absorb new nutrients. So what basically we have here is a saw and cutters. We might use them, not necessarily. You can even use a chainsaw or an electric saw, whichever you have at your disposal, to basically go through it. So here we have completed the pruning. As you can see, I pretty much split it in three parts. On the right side, I just separate this part to basically create a new tree. I'll probably split it again because there's two growths going from there. On the left, you see the bottom there of the fig tree. You could actually take that and plant it, and potentially what's going to happen, well, most of the cases that a new fig trees actually in this case will come out of those from this root base. And then you have the main tree, as you can see in the middle. I'm also going to try to actually wash off some of the soil to put some new one. I think it's something we can do now, looking at the structure of it. This way I'll be able to put in new soil. Without much success, I wasn't able to remove much of the soil. As you can see, as I was mentioning earlier, 3/4 of it is pretty much all roots. I'm just going to leave it like as it is. I'm going to pot it up, and perhaps next year I'll pull it out and I'll cut the other side. And this will be able to have new roots grow. So that's pretty much it for there. What I also did now, I actually pulled out a new pot, you could say. It's actually, I bought this a Rubbermaid container at a local hardware store for about $11. I decided to actually take something smaller than the garbage bin here, because this is going to actually facilitate my transport when I need to transport it inside. As you might also notice, that there's several holes at the bottom of this Rubbermaid container. This way I'm actually going to put it on top of the soil so the roots will be able to go through it, and it's going to help the tree also. We're now about 3 weeks after I did the root pruning on this fig tree, and after I placed it in this new container here. Currently the tree is doing very well. As you can see already, there's new leaves that already came out. In terms of water retention in the soil, there's a dramatic difference. If we compare it to the previous years, I mean last year specifically, I had to quite frequently water the tree, and now there's no such need anymore. Obviously I still need to water this tree, but there's quite a dramatic difference in terms of water retention in the soil. So we're pretty much at the end now. If you have any questions, of course, you can go on my website figtrees.ca. You can send me also an email. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, have a look around the internet. There's definitely more information related to root pruning fig trees.